Hello and welcome to a brand new series in where I do reviews on video games and of course movies. This series is going to be called So I Watched or So I Played. Now the first one we're ever going to do is going to be a doozy one, you know what? So I watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and let me say the hype around this movie was immense, especially online. Now a couple months back I reacted to the trailer and I was fairly excited for this movie, and to be honest with you, did it deliver? It did Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 deliver? To an extent, yes, and to an extent, no. I'm going to say this straight off the bat. I think Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is highly overrated. Call me cynical, call me hater. I'm not being a hater. I don't know if I'm just me being tired of Marvel movies in general. Honestly, I think that Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is a highly overrated film. But in terms of a Marvel film, it's up there as a good Marvel film. In terms of film, it's not that good. Now, let me talk about what I'm trying to say here before you guys crucify me. Listen, the whole emotional backstory of Rocket was interesting, and the villain of the movie was good until, I'd say, the end, where he just became another villain, screaming and powerful. He wasn't even all that powerful, to be honest. He wasn't even all that menacing. I was not scared of him at all. I did not feel the stakes being raised at all, to be honest. And for this to be a final send-off to James Gunn's Guardians of the Galaxy, it was okay. But here's my problem with Marvel in general. This stems back to my problem with Marvel in general. Marvel don't like to take risks. If you haven't seen the movie, go see it, because I'm about to spoil something now. Nobody dies in this movie. Nobody. Like, everyone, there's no stakes, bro. Nobody dies. Like, you think at the end of the movie Star-Lord's about to die, but he doesn't. He gets saved. And I get the emotional beats of the Rocket story and his background, all his friends died. That was interesting to say the least. But to be honest, this movie was kind of dragged out. It was kind of long. And I was waiting for something massive to happen. I was waiting for a huge death. I did see some character development, which is good with Drax and all that. But besides that, it was just a fun all-around movie to watch. Would I watch this movie again? Probably not. Because going back to the fact that Marvel does not like to take risks. They just like to kick back, relax, and do the same movies, same formula over and over again. And to me, this was no different. Yes, the thing that this movie had going for it that other Marvel movies don't is that it's fun, dialogue was good, entertaining, and it seemed like James Gunn's cinematography and direction was the best thing about this movie. And the script, I'd say, is okay, but it's just the emotional beats hit. I give it that. But overall, I didn't feel anything watching this movie. I'm sorry. I didn't feel anything. Maybe I'm just getting old, and maybe just me not enjoying comic book movies as much as I did. But I gotta be honest with you guys, Guardians of the Galaxy 3 wasn't as good as people say it is. I'm not gonna try sugarcoat it, man. This is just my opinion. So remember, don't attack, bro. Don't get cut. Don't get cut. It's my opinion. If you disagree, I'm very happy for you. I'm glad you enjoyed the movie. But me personally, I gotta say, this movie was entertaining. It did hit the emotional beats. Rocket's backstory was interesting. The acting was okay. It was good. But I just, like I said, didn't feel anything. Like, there was no extreme factor. There was no giant threat. Never did I ever think in this movie that they were gonna kill off a main character. And for this to be James Gunn's final Guardians of the Galaxy film, and probably the last Guardians of the Galaxy film in a long time, I expected the high stakes, and I expected it to end off in like a huge bang. But I guess that's just my fault for having those expectations, and I reckon it got ruined by people on the internet telling me that this movie is going to be amazing. When it was good for a Marvel movie. It was okay. So to wrap it up, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and I rate it a 7 out of 10, baby. It's a great movie. It's not amazing, but it's entertaining. And I guess just the internet overhyped it for me. I'm sorry. You mad? I don't give a shit. Take care.